So welcome back guys to the SSRS training sessions, and we discussed about almost all the properties that are available in SSRS chart control. Now let me show you what is the good or how beautiful reports you can generate if you combine this SSRS chart with list control. Okay, list control, SSRS, how it will be the combination. I'm gonna explain you now. So before doing that, first let me cut this control. This is the chart, right, which I have designed, which I have used to demonstrate so many options in last session. Let me cut this and let me insert a list control. You know what list control will do? List control will group the items. So this is my list control. In the list control, I have added a chart, and if I try to preview the report, let's see what it is going to do. It will throw an error saying that the list control is a tab list and the property dataset name is empty for that. So that means this is a tab list. The list control, whatever you are, whatever you have used to copy the chart inside, that is a tab list report, right? Let me go to the properties. I selected the wrong one here. So let me go to the properties, and this is the chart. If I click on escape, this is start. Okay, you can see this is the ID, this is the chart, and this is the body. Where is the list control? Did I copy in the list control or not? Tablets. It's not copied properly here. Control X. Okay. Let me increase the size of it. Let me paste it here inside it. Now you can see the chart is pasted inside the tablets control, and this is the chart highlighted. When I click on escape, the control will go to the tablets. So here the control is in the chart now, rectangle now. Now it is on tablets. Okay, this is the chart, rectangle, and tablets. Chart is on top. Under that, the rectangle, which is part of tablets. You know, tablets contains only one rectangle, and when you click on one more escape, it will go to the tablets property. So as it is a tablet, the must and should property that you need to set is dataset. So this is my dataset name. Now if I execute, what will happen? Will it return a dataset? Will it return the report, or it will throw error again? So here the chart 1 has a detailed member with the inner members. Detailed members can only take static inner members. So this is the error it will throw when you try to have a dataset used or dataset driven object inside a tablet. So this is a tablet, and this one is having again a chart which is having a dataset driven value, dataset driven output. So what you need to do is here you are showing color wise sales amount, right? The report whatever I have designed here is for color wise sales amount, correct? If you see, this is sales amount, and this is English product category name, and this is color. You have three options. Now if you want to repeat this for every subcategory, then what you can do is you can group it. If you group it based on, oh, you don't have that. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me remove this guy. So now let's say you want to repeat it for every category, then you can add it as a group of category, and let's see what will be the output of this report. What will be the output of this report? Any guess, guys? What is the output of this report? Can you guess it? What it is? So for every category, it groups the report based on category. You know how the list control works. List control works based on the grouping part. If you group it based on category, For every category, it will repeat the sales amount or whatever it may be. Now, if you see, this is for the first category, this is for the second category. The second category is something, I think it's go to hell means bikes, I think. Come to heaven means it will be something else. So if there is any value, then it will go to the next one, or if you don't have value, it will show like this. I think I filtered based on the, what is that, bikes, right? Is it clear? I'll do one thing. First, let me lift the filter that I have set for this chart control. Chart properties. I've set the filters. I need to remove it. That's why it's showing only bikes information. Now let me execute the report. What will happen is for every category, the first category is accessories. It will show accessories wise sales. The second category is bikes. It is showing bikes wise sales. And the third category is clothing, and it is showing clothing wise sales. Let's say you have 10 country information, and if you want to split and show each country's information just like this, then what you have to do? You have to make use of the list control. Okay, what I've done is I've used just list control. I'll do one thing. First here I'll remove the chart, Control X. I've removed the chart and still I have the control. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take two text boxes. Oops, I cannot take the text boxes just like that. One second. Let me increase this and let me paste it here, the chart control. Okay, and you can see the control is still here, the list control, and the chart control is in the bottom. And let me add a text box here. So this is very difficult here to increase the size. This is showing me here. Okay, I'll increase the size here, size of the page. Body. Let me increase the height to 10. Okay, now you can see you have a space. Let me add a text box. You know, I can't directly add the text boxes. I can just only cut and paste it into the what is that, list control. So I have pasted the text box. Now this text box has a group property which is grouped based on category. Now what will happen if I take color here, and by taking one more text box, if I add ID here, what will happen? For every group wise it will show the information, right? So that is how the list control works. If you see, this is not applicable color and this is the sales amount, and this is yellow, this is the sales, this is multi, this is the sales, and the remaining chart, whatever it is showing here. Again, the color, whatever it is taking is the first color. You can see first color of this group and sum of this. So it is grouping the data. What the list control will do is it will group and it will do the job. If you remove the group here, okay, if you remove the group, then what will happen? It will return each and everything, right? It will return each and every row item that is present in the, you can see now it is taking color, no first or no last. Here if you see, it will take only ID, it won't take first. Why? Because the group part is removed. So if you see, it will be repeated for all the rows that are present. These are the rows that are present and everything is repeated, and at the end you can see the chart of it. So in the same way, if you add that, okay, if you add the chart here, then what will happen? It will repeat the same for how many groups that are present, that many times it will be repeated. Okay, I'll do one more thing. Instead of having color in the row items, I'll make it as category. Okay, I'll make the report based on category, and I'll set this group as color. Now for every color, it will filter the category wise data and it will show. And I'll demonstrate how the report will be shown. Before going to that, let me remove the filters of it. This chart has still has filters. So let me remove the filters. Chart properties, filter, and let me remove it. Now I said the chart should show category wise sales, but the grouping part is based on color. So for every color a chart will be available. See, for example, I don't know what color it is. This color comes only for accessories and it is showing the chart. And this color, second color, comes for bikes as well as accessories, so it is coming in this color. And in the same way, the third color, it's coming in for all the three products, all the three categories, and the fourth or fifth, whatever it is. You can see the splitting is based on color and the report is generating based on category and sales. So this is how you can make use of list control with the combination of chart control to design a dynamic reporting like this, a category wise reporting or a group wise reporting in SSRS. Now let me remove this grouping stuff and let me remove all this data and let me add a fresh chart here. I'll take this. Okay, this is pretty big one. This will be fine, I guess. Now what I'm gonna do here is I don't want this big chart. Let me decrease the size of the chart so that I can modify it easily. Now I have to scroll up and scroll down to modify it or to add new. So this is fine. Now what I'm doing here is, first thing what I have to do is I have to change the query. This query is pretty worst query. It has only ID. So let me change it to a normal query what we have used in many of the reports, that is category, subcategory, product, color, and sales amount and tax amount. Let me design it. So I'll remove this guy. It has all the joins, I think, and I don't want this group by. Okay, it has category, product, subcategory, and that is the fact and net sales. Category, oops. Product, subcategory, fact, and everything is there. So from here I'll take sales amount as well as tax amount, two metrics, and from the category I'll take English product subcategory name, English product category name, and from top I will take the English product category, English product name as well as color. So I've created a new data set which I can use, and if I click on OK, the new fields are coming. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add two metrics that are available, that is sales amount as well as tax amount. So I've added sales amount and I have added tax amount. So you can see both are coming in two series. I told you for each metric there will be one series. Okay, and here I'm taking color. So this is color wise amount. Now if you execute this report, you can see you will get two metrics, that is two series, one for sales amount and another one for tax amount, right? So you can see for silver color the sales amount is this and the tax amount is this. For black color the sales amount is this and the tax amount is this, and so on. Now let me change the chart type to the another one. The chart, I'm changing the chart type to stacked column. What is meant by stacked column? How it will display, and people whether they are interested in stacked column or not, how you will find out. So the stacked column is, it will give you the percentage kind of. See, for example, for silver it has sales up to this much and tax amount up to from here to here. You can see, right, what is the value. So what is the total it forms? The total it forms 6 lakhs, and in that the share of this one is very less and the share of the sales amount is pretty huge. In the same way, the stacked means one above the another one. So one complete series is for all the, one column is for all the series. In this case, we have sales amount and tax amount. So it is giving you sales amount and tax amount combination. This kind of chart is called a stacked chart. And most of the users are interested in this. Why? Because they want to see what are the different categories available for silver color, and what is its combination, what is its how much it has taken, what is the sales of each one, and what is the total sales formed by all the categories or all the sales amount or tax amount, whatever I've given here, and what is the levels of each one. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the chart type to stacked 100%. So what this one will do is it will form 100%, that's it, and it will give you the percentage level. Okay, this is 85% or something, 92%, and this one is 10% also. So this one will give in the form of percentage, stacked 100%. So always it will be 100%, the line will be 100, but what is the percentages? Okay, here this is when I take two data series. Let me remove one and let me add categories here so that it will be even better to understand. So now I have added categories. Now if you see here, you will get three categories, and each category, what is the combination? Clothing is red, accessories is green, sorry, orange, bikes is blue. So if you see the silver color, bikes has huge sales. I can see 99 point something, and remaining is accessories, and no clothing comes in silver color. In the same way, black, this is the sales, bike sales. So bikes are coming, most of the bikes are coming in black, and this is the sales, and you can see the clothing and the accessories. And if you want to see the values of it, just right click on the series and show data labels. It will show you, but it will be very awkward now. It will be overlapped, or it will be seen. You can see this is 98.5% and this is 1.16%. What is that? The accessories, and 0.79% is the contribution from the clothing. In the same way, white and multicolor, only clothing, it's 100% combination. So this kind of reports is also very useful for the users to find out which category is performing well, which category is doing good. And if I change it back to stacked column, I'm changing the chart type to stacked column. Now you can see the values are based on the sales amount. You can see this is the sales, and this is the combination of the contribution of accessories, and this is the contribution of clothing. When you see black color sales, okay, when you see red color sales, this is the contribution for bikes, and some orange color accessories is 78,027.7, right? In the same way, yellow color, in the same way, not applicable color is only for accessories, and this is the sales. And white and multicolor is only for clothing, and this is the stuff. Now again, I'm going to the scale. Yesterday we have seen one property. What is that? Enable scale break. So this really helps in showing the values in a better way. Now this is not happening. This is based on three different categories, right? This is a stacked chart, so it is not possible to design. Now if you see, this is the stacked column, and the other one, whatever I've shown in percentage format, that is the stacked percentage, stacked column percentage. And in the same way, you'll find different chart types. So the remaining chart types are pretty straightforward one. This is 3D, 100% stacked. Let me click on this. When you click on 3D, the chart area properties, the only page that will be changed is this one. Enable 3D, okay, and enable series clustering. If you want, this will not work for this. This is because this is stacked one above the other. The series will be formed. When the series is one behind the other in the 3D, then you can use series chart. And this is for rotating, and again this is for rotating. We discussed about all this stuff, right? Projection mode, perspective, and oblique. We have seen how different it is. And wall thickness, the outside wall thickness, and the depth ratio and gap depth. Or if you don't want, you can restore to the defaults. So this is the difference between normal and the 3D chart. You can see this is how the 3D chart comes on the top view. You can see the yellow color one here. This is how. The yellow color one is for accessories, and it is showing that it is 0.72%. And clothing for yellow color is 1.77%, and remaining 98.23% sales is from the bikes. So you can see how easy it is to change the data from, change the chart from one type to the another type. And if you try the remaining stuff, everything is the same. There is no special properties. The same properties will be remain for everything. Let me go for the donut chart with breakage and see how it is gonna show. Silver bikes, this is the combination, and black bikes, this is the combination. Here if you see, it is very small. So I think there is an option called smart labels for this. So you have to use smart labels to show the value properly. I mean, you can see it is overlap and the values are pretty small here, right? So what you can do is series properties, visibility, axis and chart. You can go to the properties here. There will be something called markers. Yeah. Let me minimize this and let me click on this. Okay. Samyukta, is it markers or smart labels? Smart labels, right? So allow outside, true, and call out color, let's set it black, and arrow mark is fine. Call out line, solid, underline, disable, marker overlapping, false. Max moving distance, you can set it to 100 points also. So I'm setting it to 100 points. How much outside it can come? Okay, I've set some properties and let's see whether it changes anything here. Oops, it is not changing there. I mean, I have not set it properly. Let me check that again. So I've given on series. Now let me try to give on the labels. So the labels is the one which we want to move out, right? So let me go to the smart labels. This is true, allow, solid, none, disable, marker overlapping, 100 point, 0 point, show overlap, tooltip. So I've set it, but it is not coming out. I'm checking what the problem is. Call out style, box. Let me see this. It is still overlapping. See, this is not working for this chart, right? So I mean this pie chart, or sorry, this donut one. I'll check this and I'll let you know for sure. This is very important one, but I'm not able to see the value properly. Let me change it for let me change it to stacked column and see whether it is showing properly or not, the labels. So this is the stacked column, and let me go here. Now you can see it is not overlapping, it is giving some proper value, right? And let me try to change it to something else. I'll change it to chart type column stacked percentage. So this is also fine. But what's the problem? Why the other one? Okay, I'll check that. Actually, we can set the property so that it can show you arrow marks. It will show you arrow marks and pull the things out. But here in the report, it is not pulling the report. Okay. Pulling the labels outside of the chart area. For sure, I'll get back to you on this, man. This is very important, or else the report don't look good. You have seen, right? All the values are overlapping. That is why. And I've said it in so many charts, but in this particular chart, it's not working. Let's see. So what you can do here is you can take the different chart options and you can try how it looks and what are the different properties. You don't find a new property here. The same properties will be available, but the representation will be changed. Okay, and I'm not going to cover this polar and scatter charts and range charts, which is of no high priority. And for example, if you take the range chart, you can replace the range chart and you have a break also, right? We have said. Now the range chart will work fine. You can see this is the accessories range. It is coming in yellow color, red color, and black color and silver color. And this is the range of, sorry, this is the bikes range and this is the accessories range. It comes in silver, black and red, and it is not coming in yellow, and again it is coming in blue color, and this is the range of clothing. It comes in blue, multi and white. So the range chart means it will range out. It will show these kind of charts, the fully printed one, painted one. What is the range of coverage it is having? It is having. So this is called range charts. And let me change the chart type to smooth range. This is similar to range, but the lines will be smooth. The curves will be there instead of square or sharp corners. It is very odd. See, you can see this part I'm saying. Instead of going like arrow mark or very sharp corners, you will get a smooth line. The difference between line and smooth line is the same. In the similar way, the difference is between the difference between area and smooth area. And if I take the line chart, okay, for the same, you can see the difference. This is the line chart, and you can see, right, how the lines are. It is coming like sharp edges, and wherever it is having values. And the same thing will be painted. Up to here it will take and it will paint in blue color. Up to here it will take and it will paint in yellow color. That is called range charts, sorry, area charts. And if you change the chart type to smooth line, you can see the lines will be pretty smooth, smoother, no triangle kind of edges, no sharp corners. So you can see, right? This is smooth line. Okay. In the same way, the similar structure, the similar representation will be there, but will with the extra what we can call it as painting for the range charts. You can see the same line, because the values are like that, the line is same and it is painted with the complete area. Okay. So this is about the different chart types, and you can try it out and just change it and see. We have discussed about range charts, and the area charts is just like range charts. I'll show you one area chart. If I click on area chart, it will show what is the area of coverage for this particular one. Where it is pretty, exactly as I told you, it is similar to the range charts. And in the same way, you have so many area charts, that is smooth line area and stacked area. The similar way, stacked area means one above the other will be coming. This will be looking. This will be interesting to see how it looks. First, it will show you what is that? The accessories. Above that, if there is any first bikes, and then you can see one small line only here, because only these two colors are coming in for accessories, and the red line above that. So this is how you can design any kind of chart with ease. I've not worked hard to design any chart here, right? Just simply change. If the requirement changes from one chart type to another chart type, just go there and change the chart type and say you finished it. This is stacked, stacked area, full percentage level. Now you can see percentage like just like what we have seen it for the column chart. This is 100% for white, and this is 100% for multicolor, and this is 95% for this. So, and you can see it is covering, it is showing the complete area in this color, whatever it is given for the series. So you try out remaining, and as I told you, I'm not going to cover those scatter and the last charts which are not of high priority. And if you want, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. If you want, you can just go there and you can try it out by selecting the scatter chart, and it will just scatter. It will give you the values. What is the value? This is the black value, and accessories and black clothing, and this is the bikes black color, and this is the bikes black color, and this is the accessories silver color, but clothing is not coming in silver color. Red color accessories and red color bikes, and red color clothing is not coming. So this is how this is called scatter chart. Okay, it scatters the values. That is why we call it as scatter charts. And bubble charts, it will show you a bubble kind of thing. You can see Let's see how the values are coming. You can see this is 1, this is for clothing, and this is for accessories, and this is for bikes. You have a different representation. It's just similar to the scatter chart, but different icons are used to represent each item, right? And what is the other chart type? Is you are making me to, this is smooth bubbles or 3D bubbles. This looks like a solar system, right? Here, there, and so on. So this yellow color, sorry, this red color is for clothing, and this orange or light pink color or orange color is for accessories, and blue color is for bikes category for this each color. Okay. Now, what else chart type is pending? The last one, the polar chart. It draws a polar diagram for you. It will be like seeing the earth from top, and it will show you the values from where to where, how it is going. Okay, and this is not the best data set for explaining the polar chart. Okay. Now, we have discussed about almost all types of charts, or I can say maximum types of charts, and you can always spend some time on the chart properties. Why? Because if you don't spend time on the properties, practicing the same stuff now, the chances of forgetting the property. For example, you may not remember whether you can change the property lesson name dynamically or not if you don't spend good enough time on practice. Right? In the same way, you don't know how to show all the colors in the axis. It will show by default only 1 in 3 colors, right? The question asked by Kranti in last session. I explained that. So how to do that? The interval should be changed to 1. So if you don't practice it, you don't even remember that. So I suggest you to practice very well. Okay, that's it about the charts, and let's remove this chart from our report. Now let's add the next item, that is gauges. We have two types of gauges. One is radial and another one is linear. Linear means it's like scales, and radial means it's like what is that? The shape. It's just the shape change. These are the radial ones, and this is the scale ones. Okay. Now the difference between chart and the gauges is it takes only one input value. For example, this is your gauge, okay, and you can set only one point. You can see here, right? You can set only one data point. Whatever the point you set, it will be shown. For example, if I set sales amount, it will show where the sales amount is. What is the sales amount is? It is showing 100. Why? Because the scale is set to 100, but the value is more than 100. Value is 633 crores or something is there, right? The value is more than 100. So accordingly, you have to increase the scale. Scale properties. I just right click on the scale properties, and you can see minimum is 0, maximum is something, right? I can set maximum as sum of sales amount, so that it will go the scale. It will take the scale up to the maximum sales amount, and it will show the sales amount. There you can see 33, 3696, and so on. Okay. Generally, these gauges will take only one input value. It can be hard coded or whatever you wish. Here I've given what I've given here. I've given a sales amount, right? You can set some 100 value there, and you can get. Let me go to the expression of it. 1 second. Okay, now I'm taking sales amount, and the scale should be set to the maximum of sales amount, or else, maximum of tax amount, or else it will go somewhere. The value will be very big one, but it will show the tax amount somewhere in the middle. Now, if you see, this is the tax amount. It takes the point, what is the total tax amount, and it is shown here. Same in the gauges. But what is the use of this? If it takes one point like this, how you are going to present the data? In which way it will be useful to the user? Do you think it is useful to the user in any way? What is the use of this? How it will be useful? Gauges, if you have like, Okay, let me explain you where we are gonna use these gadgets. Okay, it's just a representation which makes easier for the business people to understand how it is performing, how a particular product is performing, or a particular customer is performing, or how a particular employee is performing. So the performance means always what you have to take. You need to take the percentage, right? You need to have the percentage values, correct? Or I'll do one thing. I'll show you an example, and based on that you can visualize and you can go for a better output. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking this one out, Control X, and I'm including a list control. So the list control in this one, what I'm gonna add is, I'll take up to here and I'll paste this guy. Okay, this is placed somewhere in the middle, and now I'll set the maximum value of the scale to somewhere around 5000. I don't want to set a big value. Let me set to 5000. If it overflows, let it overflow. Okay, and I'm including it. I'm taking a text box. So what I'm gonna do here is first set the dataset property of this one to the adv underscore ds, adv underscore ds, and I'm gonna paste this guy here. Okay, now let me drag in. So I'm gonna take I'll take English product category name, and let me paste it again. I'll take English product subcategory name here, and I'll paste one more time. Okay, I'm taking product, and I'm pasting one more time. I'm taking color, and here I'm setting what is the sales amount of it. Not see, for this combination, what is the sales amount. Now if you see, the adjustment is not proper, the alignment is not proper. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna adjust all the lefts, it is aligned, and I'm gonna provide equal spacing. Okay, let me see where is that equal spacing. Insert vertical spacing, make equal spacing. Where is the property? It will be here, but it is hidden now. Let me minimize it. Equal spacing, make vertical spacing equal. I clicked on it. Now you can see the spacing is set equally between two text boxes. Now if I execute this, let's see what will happen. Now it is grouping, right? It is grouping based on some values. And bikes, mountain 100 silver for 44. When it comes in silver color, the sales is something around 3300 something are there. In the same way, this one it has 560 or 600. And you can see the chart, it is moving, right? Can you see the images? I'll do one thing, I'll export it to PDF. Can you see PDF? Yeah, here it is. So that you can see how it looks when they export the chart to PDF format. So come on, it is taking time. It's pretty big report, man. There are some hundreds of pages, right? So I should have taken only top 100 or top 1000. Let me take only top 1000. It will be very big report. I cannot export it to PDF, or it will take a lot of time. Or I'll do one thing, top 100 I'll take. Okay, guys, are you getting the concept, or any questions? If you have any questions, just ask me. Don't go with the blank mind. It may take some time. Give some time to serve. Here it is. It is ready. Click on desktop, save it. Now go to the desktop and open the chart. You can see, right, how it is. The values it is showing properly, perfectly. Per page it is showing, and you can adjust and you can show more values, or you can decrease the size of the gauge, and you can make it even better. But this is the use. I mean, this really plays a better role when you have a combination of list control as well as the gauge item. Okay, and it always depends on the requirement. See, if you have to publish some information of every customer, so what is the sales? You can give, you can't go for customer as the row item. Okay, customer as the category in the line chart, and you can provide it. Why? Because there will be hundreds of customers. Instead of that, you can provide something like this. And it again, I'm repeating the same thing again. This SSRS is not meant for a particular single type of customer who prefers only line charts or column charts. When the requirement demands, you need to use whatever. You need to use either gauges or linear gauges or radar one, whatever it may be. Everything is useful when the requirement is in picture. Okay. So if you see, there are a couple of properties for this. You have properties for scale, the scale whatever we have seen just now, what is the minimum value, and you can set the reverse direction of the scale. When you set the reverse direction, you can see it starts from 0 on the right hand side and it is showing in the reverse direction. And maximum value and minimum value and interval, you can see, you can set 1 if you want to show values for everything and so on. Interval offset, nothing, leave it. Multiply scale by 1, or if you want to multiply the values by 100 or 1000 or something, okay, do it. Okay, it will be like into whatever the scale value into this value. By default it will be set to 1. You can see the values of the scale is getting changed. Okay, and if you want logarithmic scale, you can go for it. Oops, I set it to 0, so everything is showing as 0. 1 means it will show the scale properly. And action, if you click on the scale, something should happen means, then this is the way you can, this is the page you can make use of. Just like configuring the drill through charts or drill through table, you can configure some URL or some other charts from here. And layout, to design this scale layout, how you want to scale radius, it is set to 37, and you can increase it and you can see how it comes. Can you see the radius increasing? Radius means the circle radius. And start angle, from where it has to start. If you give it to 0, it will be, I mean, you know, right, 80 degrees, 180 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 360 degrees, whatever you want, you can set it. The scale starts from there. Okay. Sweep angle means the width, the sweep inside this one. You can see the full area, it will be covered. And if you go more than 360 degrees, the sweep starts from 360, right? The angle, the total angle of a circle is 360, right? If you cross 360 degrees, that's it. The max is 360, and the 0 starts there and the last point ends here. But it don't looks good. That's why people set some gap between the starting point and the ending point. That means the sweep of the scale. Scale bar width. This is the width of the scale bar. If you want to set this, you can set it, or you can leave it as 0, which will not show the scale bar width. Okay. And labels, if you see, the labels means hide scale labels means it won't show. If you remove it, it won't show. Or show labels at the end of the scale, you can remove it. That means it won't show the first and the last one. Rotate labels with scale like this. 0, 500, you can see the angle is rotating, right? It's just to rotate or not. If you set it to rotate, it will be like this, or else it will be like horizontal one, complete horizontal one. So let's set it to rotate, which looks good. And placement, you want to place it inside or outside or cross. Cross means it will be in the middle. Outside means it will be outside of this gauge. Inside means, oops, it is not coming outside. Sorry, distance from scale is set to 0. Let me increase the distance from scale, and let me set it to inside and see. Okay, you can see this distance on the inside one is setting properly, but outside it is not coming. I don't know why. And label interval and label interval offset is just like the same which we have discussed. And label fonts, you can set the label font, whatever the values you are seeing, 0, 500, 1000, 1500 and so on. You can set the values. You don't need to show it in 14 points font. You can set it to 8 so that it will show pretty smaller one. 9 points or 10 points is better, I think. Okay. And the label gap is too high, right? That's why it is not looking good. Let's set it to 0. And label font, we have discussed bold. If you want to set it to bold, you can set it to bold, and if you want italic, you can set it to italic. And what you have to observe here is the options. This guide is a pretty small control, and in that one you have hundreds of options, right? And number, I told you, right? If you want to format the numbers, if you want to show it in 100% or decimals, if you don't want to show decimals, remove this to set to 0, and 1000 separator, you can set it. It will show in 1000 separators. And major tick marks is again same, the one which you are seeing in the middle of the number. If you see 4000 in the middle of middle two zeros, that's the major tick marks. Or if you want to hide it, you can hide the major tick marks, or you can show it. Okay. And the shape, how you want to show, whether it's rectangle or triangle, or have to increase the shape, circle, diamond. So the shape will be changing, but the size width is pretty small. That's why you're not able to see that. So now we can see it is in diamond shape, right? Let me set it to circle. This will be circle. And let me change it to something else. What is this? Pentagon. This is pentagon shape. And length, it is set to 18. If I increase the length, it will be increasing like this, right? And interval, it's again the same. Minor tick marks, the tick marks in between the major tick marks, we call it as minor. If you don't want to show, you can hide it, or you can show it by selecting the unchecking the same. And again, you can set the different font for this. You want circle, you can set it to circle, and if you set it the width, you can see it clearly. These are circles. Alright, the minor tick marks. And fill, if you want to fill this one, now it is set with the scale green, blue color, right? I can set to some odd color. Let's say I'll set to this one. Can you see? And you can set it to gradient also. Aqua to white gradient, left to right. And it is pretty small inside, that's why you're not able to see it properly. And border, if you want to set any border, you can set it. And shadow, the same. If you want to set any shadow for the scale, you can set the shadow bar. And these are the different options. I just cancelled it, man. Don't worry. I didn't click on OK after making all the changes. I just clicked on cancel, so all the changes has gone for a toss. And now, if you see the remaining the pointer properties, what is meant by pointer? The pointer is nothing but the one that is in orange color. The pointer, which points to that. And it's a needle or what format you want. You want marker. This is the marker. Only the marker will be there. And you have one more, that is bar. It's a triangle, this kind of bar, the rectangle one kind of. And bar start from 0 or scale start. Both are 1 in this particular case. And where you want to show the bar, inside or outside, it should show outside. Yeah, it is. This is outside, the scale outside. This is the scale, right? The minor tick marks outside the scale is that one, or inside the scale, or cross of the scale is over that one. Okay. And distance from scale you can set, like how far it should be from the scale. If you increase it, it will go that far from the scale. Okay. And width, you can set the width. What is the width you wish to have. And the next one is action. On click on that, you can provide some action, just like the actions page. So this is why I explained expressions page a lot, and then the actions I explain step by step. If you observe, everything is covered, and I told you also by the end of the session you will not have anything new to learn, but you need to know where to apply. That's the only thing. Okay. And pointer fill, you want to show it in gradient, or now it is gradient style, diamond style, right? With these two colors you can set it to different colors, and the gradient can be outside to center, top to bottom, whatever you wish to, right? And pointer border, if you want to set any border for this, you can set it, man. It's just I have given dotted and I have given length. Can you see? This is the border. and cap options. You can set the cap options. Oops, one second. Show reflection, cap width. This is what we have to set here. Oops, sorry, I forgot. These cap options will come only for marker type. Okay, marker or needle. For these things only. You can see this is the cap. The round one on top is right. That is the cap options. If you increase the size of the cap options, it will be increasing. Can you see? That is the cap. Draw cap on top. That means that will go behind now. Show reflection if you don't want, and or hide cap, it will completely hide the cap. Okay. Rounded or what shape you want. Rounded dark, you can set it to rounded dark, or you can set it to flatten with indentation. Who remember all these properties? You just need to try, but you need to know whether there is an option or not. If you know, okay, I think we can change it, then you can explore the different properties. And cap fill, if you want to set any color for that. No color, this is green color, whatever you wish to, you can set it. And again, this is expression. Why you need expression for cap filling? Still, they have provided, and you can see wherever it is possible, they have given expression option for you guys. And shadow, if you want to set, you can set the shadow. You can see, observe now, the shadow is coming for the needle, right? So this is how you can set the properties of the needles. Oops. Now let's see the next one, range properties. This is whatever we have discussed, range from 0 to 100. Sorry. And inside, so it's always oops, one second. Not this range. What is this range? I think this range is nothing but the scale. Let me see once. This range is a little bit confusing to me. Add range. Okay, this is the range. It was not added earlier. Now let me set the range properties. Can you see the range here? Start range scale value is 100. They have given set some default. End range is some default value, and you can set it a dynamic one. Okay, and range is the one which is highlighted here now. The one in the rectangle, right? You can see that is the range. Inside or outside, where you want to place it. I set it to outside now. It will show when you, or you can set it to cross like this. And distance from the scale, I set lot from the distance from the scale. That's why it is coming like that. Okay, now let me set it to, this is what the range is we are talking about. And start with, I'm setting very narrow at the start. You can see the start is decreasing, right? And the end width also I'm decreasing a little bit, and it's coming like a horn now, 0 to end width. And action, on click of it, you can show some action, and fill if you want to show the gradient or pattern. Let me set it to pattern with the different colors like green and red or something like that. And border, if you want to set any border, you can set it. And shadow, this is the range. The one what you are seeing here, that is the range. Okay, and it is just to show some different coloring option. That's it, nothing more. Now if you see the next one that is available, two ranges. One is this one, and another one is this one, right? Here you can see very small range one. Two ranges I have added, and those two ranges are shown. And gauge panel properties. This is the total gauge panel, and autofill the gauge panels, or add a page break whenever, for every item it will go for a page break. And visibility, if you want to set the visibility to false, you can set it the complete gauge, and you can add filters just like you added filters for the reports. And fill to show any particular color or to fill that one. You can see the complete gauge properties is fill, right? And the border, if you want to set any border, you can set it. I'm setting 2 and I'm setting dashed. You can see the dashed border. This is the total gauge properties. I cancel it now. And if you see here, when I right click, you can add these items again and again. Add scale. You can see one more scale is added. And if you click on add scale again, one more scale is added. And add pointer for first scale, second scale, and third scale. Let me add for third scale. This is the third scale pointer. Can you see? This is pointing to the third scale. And now I'll add scale to the, sorry, I'll add pointer to the scale 2. You can see the pointer, the scale 2, there is a pointer now. In the same way, add range for scale 1, scale 2, and scale 3. And add gauge adjacent to this or child to this. If you set for child, you can design whatever you wish to, and you can see inside this there is another one. Okay, adjacent one means it will be added adjacent to the existing one. Let's say I am selecting this one, it will be adjacent to this. Okay, now what else? Add label. If you want to add any label, you can add it. So if you see, all these options are if you observe, it's a pretty straightforward one. If you know the properties, what property is meant for what, then you can play with all this stuff. Okay, this is about the gauges and the remaining charts, and I'm again telling you, you need to practice a lot. You need to know whether you have a property to achieve a particular requirement or not. If you know that, then you can explore the values that you can set for that. You need to know whether there is a property readily available out of the box for achieving a particular requirement. That to get that knowledge, you need to practice. So try to design as many gauges, as many charts, as many tables possible, based on by setting different properties, so that you will get good grip on the technology. So that's it for today's session, and in the next session we're going to discuss about deployments, the last chapter of SSRS training sessions. With that, I'll say bye bye to you guys, apart from for you guys. So get ready for the last session of SSRS. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.